Okay, so behind me is a figure painting I'm going to talk about in a minute. Actually, it's a mixed medium painting, but we're going to talk about it in a minute. First, I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120, and we're going to start with our usual now, our Max Minute, our Maxwell Minute. We're going to let him know that you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me so proud every day. You'll never know, Max, how much I love you. Now go paint the rest of the day away. I love you, Max. Mwah. I love you, Maxwell. Anyway, behind me is a figure painting. I've shown in maybe one or two other videos, I'm not sure. It started off, excuse me, as a collage. Behind the figure, or surrounding the figure, is all, they're all torn up pieces from prints that I've had in a stack for a number of years. And I took a black and white photograph for reference material. Oh, let me grab it. Excuse me. I've been looking at this photograph for a number of years, and it's a photograph by Frank Eugene, and he happens to be one of my favorite photographers from the Stieglitz area. This was actually in Stieglitz's photography magazine. Excuse me, allergies again. So I've been looking at this and trying to figure out how to do the figure. I wanted to give myself a challenge. How to paint the figure without making it highly sexual, making it abstract, but also writing that line in race and possible gender. That's something that came to me in the last couple days. When we started this, when I started the figure, she was green and orange and yellows and totally off kilter, and it kept throwing the collage bits off. All these, bright reds and oranges and blues, light blues and teal blues, all these blues that I use, it just wasn't working. They felt disconnected. And so yesterday, I actually started considering adding grays or gray teals, gray and browns, just different mixture of colors, and adding it over the top. Now, what's been a real struggle is, this is oil paint on gesso, but gesso on cardboard. All of this is on okay, gotta glue that back on. But all of that is on cardboard. So it wasn't adhering as well as it does to canvas. And so it's been a real challenge. But in the past 24 to 36 hours, the oil has started adhering not only to the cardboard, but to the other layers of oil on top. So I'm really happy with where I am. And I left some of the oranges and some of the greens exposed. I'm rethinking the legs just a tiny bit, the lights and darks in the legs, but we'll see what happens. But what I really tried to do was bring out more possibilities in the figure. Obviously, the figure has breasts, but I tried to reshape the figure so that they could be possibly transgender, because I want to include as many people as possible in each image. She could be, of Italian descent with her hair. She could be Colombian. She could be an African American. We don't know. What I want to do, and what I try and do in a lot of my work, is help the viewer see themselves in the work. So that's the line I'm writing, and it's been a really fun challenge for me to do that. But there we are. And then also, in the last video I showed you a figure piece I'm doing, two African-American children. And the faces, although their clothing is a little bit further along, the folds are more accentuated, there's more lights, there's more darks, and they're really feeling crisper. The faces were still just kind of pushed into the background because they hadn't used enough color. Again, it's teals, blues, transparent earth red mixed with neo McGilp, but I didn't have anything in there to help bring them to life. Not the faces. Their clothing looks like it could get up and talk to you, but the faces don't. And so to draw the viewer in more, while I was painting this, I did two things. I took the oranges that I left open, and I went, oh, wait, let's do the same thing over there, because I did have some oranges exposed on the African American children's faces. So I just took this lesson, and brought it back over to that painting and accentuated the oranges too. So it's not a commentary on their browns, but it's enough color, because I don't want to be choosing what color brown is the right color brown for these two children. That is for the viewer. That is for the lightness or the darkness of skin would be coming from the viewer, and how they want, I hate to say it because this could lean in a racist direction, but how they want to engage with the viewer. But what I'm thinking about are black and brown viewers, and how do I make them, how do I hit that line? So, oh, Kitty, come on, I'm wondering about you. Kitty just came in from outdoors. Yes, I know. I'll make you something in a sec. Shh, shh. But I want black and brown viewers to feel authenticity in the work, authenticity in emotion, in form, in shape, etc., and see themselves. That's the goal. But I did add those highlights of oranges, and now I'm applying oranges to that very dramatic Victorian and viney, leafy background that I have going. So it feels like wallpaper, but really explosive wallpaper. So that's what I've been up to, and I'm super excited to show you this, because now we have something of substance. We have something that pulls in more of the background, more of the collage work in the background, as well as the faces. When I was thinking, oh, it's a white lady sitting there naked, but I don't want to make her sexual, it was too much of a commentary. It was like, oh, it was just, it was an easy commentary, because I have all of these white men, male faces facing her. Then I have somewhat of a black or brown African American face facing her, and there is a little bit of a lurid look on the face. It's something that this again is one of my paintings. This again is one of my paintings. It's called I Am Black, and the look is a little lurid. So what I was afraid of was this exchange backfiring in a bad way, making more of a commentary about my transgender or drag king over here, looking at the white woman luridly. That would be just totally unacceptable and disgusting if the viewer conceived of something other than what I had intended. So changing the color, making her hair larger, a little bit more of a possible afro. Now the conversation has changed completely, and she is a number more races or ethnicities. So I'm pretty excited about this now, especially with the paint becoming a little goopier and being able to adhere to each other better. So that's the thing. That's the Haps. I'm Beck Lane. This is Studio 120. If you have any questions, put them below in the comments section. Really sorry. The coughing. If you'd like to help support Studio 120, there are a ton of links down below. A link to TeePublic, where you can get my artwork printed on t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, baseball shirts, tote bags, mugs, all kinds of things. Then there's also Patreon, where you can help supply monthly support to keep the lights on and the rent paid. There's also links to my galleries who sell work like this. If you're interested in this piece or any other piece that you've seen in a video, please let me know. I'll connect you with one of the galleries, or you can call them outright and we can get things going, okay? for pricing and information, just contact us and we'll just get it going. It's that easy. All right. Gotta go make Kitty some dinner, onesie dinner. All right. Ciao, ciao. Ooh, Carrie. Ready? Ready, Carrie? Here we go. Meow, meow, meow.